Well, hello and welcome back to GearCity. If you remember the last time we left off, we were in some kind of dire straits. So, what we're going to do this time is we're going to do this first part pretty quickly. We're going to go ahead and get a chassis and engine and gearbox and make our first car, and we're going to try to be a little more modest in our growth. If you recall last time, our growth was just a little bit too... This is the old carriage. So we're going to get the carriage. We were a little too aggressive, and we paid the price for it. So we're going to work on this. We'll take the Model E. And let's get a gearbox. Oops, not that. We want to go down here. Price out a gearbox. That's fine. Let's call this 4-speed. Okay. And now we want to design a vehicle. We want it to be a sedan. I'm actually not going to look at the demand because I know it needs to be a sedan. That engine, that 4-speed, we'll go with the pre-designed. That's fine. And this was where we really need to consider this cost. I don't know how cheap we can make it, but I'm gonna try this just for kicks. I know they say it's bad to go like extreme on the sliders, but I want to see what would be the absolute cheapest we could. I mean, with the development time, the absolute cheapest would take years and we would bankrupt the company just waiting. But I'm thinking, okay, so that actually doesn't even affect the per unit price anyways. So this is just the upfront cost and how quickly I want to get it. I think 10 months is probably fine. We want to go the cheapest at 10 months. That's probably good there. We'll leave those demographics. Design focus. Alright, so if maybe I'll bump a few things and get this closer to 800, because the per cap on a lot of these cities is $380 in 1900, I think, somewhere around there. Maybe that's by 1910. So the materials, like if I bump this, what are we getting, $1 up per? But I don't know how much performance overall. This overall car is only a 29. So, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. I just don't want to be like exorbitant price for the car. We don't need any luxury. We could do a couple clicks on safety, dependability. Maybe we'll get a couple more on quality. Oh, that really did it. Alright, 800 there. Our quality is a 30. We should be able to sell the heck out of this car. Our car, I'm still going to call it the Gladius. Gladius. Alright. And do we want to build... We don't want to build branches yet. So this will be done in 10 months. We're okay on... Didn't we have to pay signing for some of those? That's odd. Okay. 10 months. We'll have a car. We can price it and sell it around New York. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say. All right, now we'll go to the factory. The New York factory will make 3 production lines. We'll make 40 of these. And then at the branch, they're recommending we sell it for $1,720, so we'll make it an even $1,700. We'll leave the shipping distance there. We're only going to be competing against this one car. We will be a slightly worse car for considerably less money in New York. I think we'll do maybe 2 months, something like that, and then I might start building some other branches. But I'm not going to build them across the world. I'm not going to go to LA like I did last time. I think that's what did us in. Instead, I'm going to try gradual branches around New York. And then we'll build a new factory if and when we get to that point. All right. Let's see how we do selling them for, excuse me, $1,700. So we lost a little bit of money, but we've got cars. I guess we'll drop this down. And sell the overage. Or, sell the extra ones that we have. I know this is going to take longer to play it this way, but I just don't want to do what I did before and end up bankrupting the company by simulating too much too fast. But I'm also not going to overanalyze this. I think maybe we'll do a month at a time until 1905 and then do a branch. Because right now it's not costing us, I mean, we're profitable, right? We can just keep doing this. We'll do the same thing again. We missed 6 sales, but we're profitable. Now we bump this again. Right? Right? Yeah, so we bump this again. And then we'll see where we're at here. So we lost money, but we're getting there. I think we might be undercharging for this. So it's showing a manufacturing cost, a total unit cost of $1,300. I think we've got a little more competition, but I'm going to try bumping this up to $2,000 a piece. I think we're going to be able to sell, that's going to make too many extra, I bet. Let's do this. Let's bump this so that we're making 30. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how that comes out. All right. So we made a few too many, but not bad, and we're profitable with making extra. That feels like a good place to be. If we keep selling 20 a month, that's a pretty good number. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I will do a new branch sooner than 1905. Oh, that's going to make too many. Okay, so now we can do a month where we don't make any. We have to baby this in the early stages, I think. All right. So that was essentially pure profit on 21 sales right here. I think we need another branch to improve our sales numbers. Do I need to move this again? Oh, okay, kept it. I think we need another branch to improve. If we want to sell more, we need to do that. But I have this feeling that that is what cost me the game last time, was being just a little too aggressive. I think I'm going to do a few more months of this, and then we'll do a few months of not producing. Oh, interesting. So we've... Alright. I wonder, I haven't paid attention to the months in playing this, but it does seem like we sell better, regardless of which company I've done, we do seem to sell better in the summertime. Yeah, see, now we're selling pretty steady, even though we're building our reserves here. I like where this is going. Maybe I'll just do another branch after a year. I'm thinking a Boston branch makes sense. Okay, now we're up to 36 in reserve. So let's do an off month. We'll give them off for Thanksgiving, he said, jokingly. Oh, beautiful. Now we'll come back to making 30. I know this is ending up looking like a little bit of a click and drag simulator here, but boy, you gotta like that number, huh? We sold all 30. We're fresh in January of 1902. I think it's time that we put a branch in Boston. Sorry for anybody who's in Boston who heard me say that. I'm just teasing. We want to build a branch, and we want to make it like medium size. Nothing too crazy, but perfect. That feels like a nice size hit there. Do we want to do one in Philly or Pittsburgh maybe? Start coming out west. Maybe I'll give it another year. I don't know. Again, I don't want to be too aggressive. Boston branch. We will do that. So let's look at the competition. The 1900 Gladius is selling. It's a little high compared to those, but I don't want to mess with that right now. So let's look at the factory. We're making 2 lines, we're making 30, and I sold 30 in New York alone. So let's do this. We'll make another 15 cars and hope that satisfies Boston. That's not a bad number. Of course, that makes our factory, you know, we had to pay the 10 grand for construction of the new, not factory, the new branch. I can live with those numbers. So is the secret to build a bunch of branches in the early game? Does that make sense? It's starting to make sense in my head that to build the branches while they're this cheap and we've got $500,000. Because the longer I wait, the more they're going to cost, right? Let's go ahead and look at contracts. And we should start doing some R&D on some of our own components. Isn't there usually a phone here? Well, this is memos. This will work. Okay. All right. So the goal of the series now, if you're new to the series and you're thinking like, why are you being crazy and not explaining anything? It's largely because the first episode, the company failed. Like, I totally screwed up. And now what I'm trying to do is redeem myself and be a little more careful. Where the heck do I go? There's a no, not that. There's one of these. It's the mega menu. This is what I want, right? Where do I find? I thought there was a thing. Sorry, there was a thing right here that was for contracts. Sales book, operations. I feel like I'm going crazy because it says new contract requests, so they exist. I just wanted to see what was available. I thought it goes right here. Well, whatever. We're gonna keep pushing through this, and we'll build another branch soon. 24 grand. I mean that $24,000 buys 2 branches in this economy, like in this time period. So there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should be pretty aggressive before it gets too far along. I think I'll do it. January 1903 is when I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep an eye on these numbers and make sure we're not like overselling our production. So I am going to check it every month. Okay, that's dropping back down. There might have been a new competitor come in. New contract requests. What if I want to bid on these? Phone. You have to click this one. Or that one. That's a phone also. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. I think I even clicked on it and just didn't read the word correctly. My apologies. Okay, so what we could do here, if we want, is take a look. Like the Navy needs a 617 horsepower engine. I feel like in 1902, that's a bit strange. That must be a big ship engine. What does the GearCity Cup need? They need a gearbox that can do 222 foot-pounds of torque. All right, we could maybe look into that. What's the Boston Taxi Service need? A full-size sedan with 18.9 miles per gallon. Pretty slow. Something like that could be cool. You know, because I could build it to spec for that and then sell it on the open market. Pickup trucks for the Belgian army. Yeah. Pickup trucks for the Australian army. Interesting stuff. All right, mental note, we might do something like that once. So I think at the beginning of 1903, we'll build a new... We missed 50 sales? Well then. New plan. You know, I'm going to leave that at 75. Where on earth we're the hottest show in New York? Interesting. Well, that changes things. We didn't sell any in Boston. But we're the hottest car in New York. I was sitting here thinking I needed to build another branch, but maybe I need to build another factory. Can I see demand in here? No, that's not what I want. Vehicle sales. This is just my vehicle. Huh. Interesting. That's huge cash for this time period. I mean, the real big cost in this game is R&D. So if I can keep making these sales with other people's equipment, I'm perfectly content to do that. Let's go ahead and do this again. And then at the beginning of 1903, I guess we build another factory to try to catch up with this demand. I think we built a 5-line factory. We'll do one more month. We'll build it. We'll start it in January. We built a 5-line factory somewhere to the west. Maybe Chicago. We'll do a Chicago. Yeah. We'll do a factory and a branch in Chicago. Let's build a 5-line factory. Medium technology in Chicago, and we will build a branch in Chicago that's the same thing as the Boston branch. That feels modest enough. $22 months. All right. Sorry, I was just looking to see if I made a mistake there. I don't think I did. I think that just takes a long time to build. I put that technology up a little bit, so it'll be like newer and nicer than the other one that I already have. I don't know if that was a good call or not. I just don't know. All right, so we'll apply this to all. So now we're selling the Gladius in New York, in Boston, and now in Chicago. Why is there so much more competition in Chicago than New York? Wow, this doesn't make any sense. We should do okay out there, but who knows? This might have been a bad decision. I mean, that's the thing. It's a business simulation. You just got to try stuff. All right, let's try to see if we can. Oh, that's construction. Yeah, it'll do that to you. Let's see if we can make some progress here. Oh, great. Now we're overproducing. Can I go back? I mean, can I like reload the save? This is ridiculous. Why is it costing $100,000 a month for another 17 months? Are you insane? What? I mean, I went here, I said build a factory. All right, let's pretend we're going to build it up the road in Milwaukee. Build a factory. We want it this, yeah. So it's 2.7 million. It's $2 million. I tried to build a $2 million factory at a time that I had $300,000. I really wish that I could. We can issue bonds. I can get 100. That buys me a month. Well, what? What? I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. So we paid all that money and then it got canceled. It just, the game did that. It could just tell. But we still wasted 300 grand doing it, trying to do it. Cool. And our demand dropped. Inexplicably, our demand dropped. Do we have a Chicago branch, or did they get rid of that too? Okay, great. We have a Chicago branch where we're selling nothing. Am I understanding this right? Oh, it's sold 6 cars. We still lost money because it cost. Demand is just not there in those cities. Okay. All right. Well, you win. Let's just bankrupt the company while we sit here and try to make a little bit of money. I don't get it. If you don't expand, you're not going to maximize your. You need to expand to get to new markets, but you don't know if those markets are legit or not. I mean, why are there so many more cars? Could I have figured that out? Like, what if I do this? Okay, gee willikers, I kind of want to have. I'm gonna go to Columbus. I click on competition. There's nothing. Okay, that's compact car. Let's go to sedan. There's nothing in Columbus. Okay, let's build a branch in Columbus. Build a branch in Columbus. It's going to cost me $13,000 to build a branch in Columbus. Is that even smart with only 70 grand? How do I know that right now there are no sedans in Columbus? Should I shut down? Can I do that? Can I shut down the Chicago and the Boston branches? Chicago Boston branch. Remove. We don't want to sell you. Can I blow it up? Destroy it? Get rid of? Annihilate? Branch. Close. Branch. See ya. Close. Bye. See you later. Hey, we're profitable again because we're selling cars out of our stock that's already built. Maybe nobody wants our car. That could be the case. Can we get loans? Can we get... No one believes we're in a position to successfully issue bonds. we can get a $6,000 loan, which buys you exactly nothing. And we lost money. It's costing us more money to keep the factory and the branch open than we can make selling cars we already have made. Excuse me. Alright, we're going to simulate to 1905 or till we go bankrupt in 2 turns. The competition in New York, I spoke too soon. Look at this competition in New York now. Yikes. That's why we're not selling any cars anymore. So is the secret to find like these little hidden pockets? Like how many sedans are in Pittsburgh? Okay, not there. Could we go to like San Antonio? Nobody's selling sedans in San Antonio. Is there anybody selling sedans in Montgomery, Alabama? No. And they have a $397 per cap. Is anybody selling sedans in Columbus now? Okay, Clyde is selling one. It's a 33 rated and it's it's $2,000. So they sold 11 of them, so there is some demand. Maybe we could go compete with them. What about Detroit? I would assume Detroit's got quite a few. Yeah. So they're not selling many, and maybe that's the issue. Maybe my price range is just out of whack. But the cheapest I could make the car, literally with the parts that I was using, was $800. And R&D is ridiculous. Like what's it cost? Well, I don't have time to mock that up right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and simulate one more month if we don't go broke. We've got 22,000. We're going to give it another crack. I'm going to come back to this series and do another episode next time. And I'm going to keep this company. If I can't salvage this company, I might try one more time. But this series is not panning out at all how I thought it would, because my off-screen series that I have is going quite well. I did start it a little bit later, and it has not as many AI competitions, so that could be a factor here as well. But I just feel like I'm really struggling to sell any cars, and it costs money to have a factory open. So maybe I need to batch them out and do like, let's make 100 cars and then shut down the plant for several months at a time. I don't know. I'll monkey around with some other ideas next time. Sorry, I hope that I wasn't too negative as I played. I am really enjoying this, but it's like trying to figure out a puzzle where it seems like the pieces change over time. So if you're interested, if you're enjoying this series, please drop a like on the video. If what you were hoping to see was like this is how you definitely build a successful company, I'm sorry, this is not the place to go for that yet, at least. I would love to get to a point that I could make a really great successful city, a really great successful company, but it's a pretty brutal simulator, if I'm honest. And it's not very forgiving, and you have some months that you sell well and you don't necessarily understand why, and then the very next month you'll sell really poorly and still not understand why. So it's hard to learn from your mistakes in a format like this, but I'm enjoying it. I hope that I'm conveying that to you all, and hopefully we can have some fun in the next episode as well. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.